the screen, in that part, we have one question that is how do you get better at vocabulary? How do you deal with your newly found words? And that is funny because in that case we have two words which are new. Well, maybe you understand them for the context, but they are kind of new. Yes. The first word, it's right here. One second, let me just find it here. The first word, it's newly found. Yes. Newly found. And the other one, it's get better. What is the meaning of get better, Nico?
Sentirse mejor.
Not really. That would be feel better, but get better with vocabulary, it's like
Or
improve.
something similar like understand better or
Yes. Basically, it's like mejorar. Ready? So the word check. Good. So do you understand it by context? And the other question is, how do you deal with, it's like como lidias. How do you deal with your newly found words? What do you think is the meaning of newly found?
maybe new words
See?
or when I refer to new words.
Exactly. Basically, they are new words or words that you recently found, like these two, right? So, Nico, recommendations. How do you get better at vocabulary? What's your tip?
Mm, my case, I learn better new vocabulary or words or English in general. We when I try to speak with other people in English,
Mhm.
for example, in this class, it is very important for me try to participate. And if I say something wrong, I don't care because I try to improve every day, every time. My English is the best form for me to learn new vocabulary. Um, other way, I like to listen a lot of music in English, and I try to sing with the lyric in my screen, and I try memorize the song and the new words that I found.
No, that's called. I try to sing along. Sing along is like try to follow the lyric. So that's where sing along.
Yes.
Mhm. Okay, and the second question, Nico, is how do you deal with your newly found words? What do you normally do? Do you write them in a glossary, or you just try to use it in new sentences? Or what do you do when you find a new word that you like?
Mm, it's more easy for me try to memorize the words than I speak in my quotidianity. When I speak with someone, a lot of any topic, I try to memorize the words, the most common words that the people use in a conversation.
Okay.
That is the more easy way to memorize because it's very hard for me to memorize words too different or not frequently to use. The words that are so specific is very difficult to me to memorize, and I try to use the most basic or common vocabulary.
Okay, yeah, that's very common that it's more the more typical, the more technical the vocabulary is, the most difficult to memorize it is. Of course, that it's important to you for to force yourself to try to use that vocabulary that it's a little bit more technical, so you can expand the vocabulary. Yeah, but good, excellent, Nico. Now I am going to leave you a little homework, which is that here we have five words. legal, logical, social, undervalued, and disassemble. Ready? Please, using the annotate here, the tool here in the left part, write down the antonym of these words. If you don't know it, no problem. If you think that you know it but you're not sure, try. Don't worry. This is not about right or wrong. It's just, as you said, participate and try to do it. So please try to write down in front, or if you want to add or to modify this word, but create the antonym form of those five words. Okay? Go ahead, use the pen, use the tool that you have, or if you want to write it down with the text, it's fine. So just use there exactly the antonyms, the opposite word.
Uy, se borra.
El segundo se borra. Se va con el primero, con el primer lapicito, primero de los tres. Ese es right.
Legal.
Muy bien, illegal, ¿cierto? Perfect.
Mm,
Number two. Si quieres solo, si tienes que modificar la palabra, si es igual, solo colocar una letra, pues después solo colocar la letra de la palabra if you want.
If
Exactly. Muy bien, very good. Illogical.
forget that unsocial, I don't remember.
Try. Inténtalo y si está mal, no problem, don't worry.
Mm, no, I think it's that
Unsocial, okay.
undervaluated. I think it's only valuated.
Oh, just the word valuated. Okay, valued.
Valued.
Okay.
And it was assembly.
Disassemble and use it assemble. Okay, okay. Listo, Nico. Muy bien. Almost perfect. So, number one, of course, very easy. It's the word illegal. ¿Cierto? You just modify it, you just put one letter here, and that's it. Logical, the opposite's illogical. Muy bien, very good. But social, it is not unsocial. Actually, it's a little bit more common. It's actually similar to Spanish. And the opposite is antisocial.
Antisocial, yeah.
Antisocial, ready? Valued es la raíz de la palabra, which is valorado. But the opposite, the antonym, el opuesto de under es over. Entonces, undervalued es
Ah,
infravalorado. The other one
sí,
would be overvalued. Exactly.
okay.
Overvalued, muy bien. And this one, muy bien. The opposite is assemble. Disassemble, it's the opposite action of assemble. Entonces, in this case, we're going to have, oh, well, the idea of this class of this week, it's talking about words. And then you say, profe, pero ¿cómo así que words? Es muy básico. Yes, but how to create new words? So we have different types of word creation techniques. Yeah. Sometimes is putting two words together, like when we created compound noun, compound adjectives, newly found, or for example, handwritten, handwritten. Do you remember what is the meaning of handwritten?
Sí, como, como artesanal.
Eso es handmade.
Handmade, no, handwritten.
Similar, handmade. Pero
Handwritten.
handwritten.
No,
¿A qué te suena? Handwritten.
como escrito a mano.
Escrito a mano, basically it's like that, pero en inglés es una sola palabra, ¿cierto? Entonces, and handmade es otro ejemplo también de palabras compuestas, right? That we created, you put in together two words, handmade. And also combining two words separated, but especially it happens with the verb get plus another word, which is going to create other words. And here, using something that it's called the affixes. The affixes are pieces or letters that are going to change the whole word, yes, by changing the root. The root is la raíz, o sea, the base of the word. And the affixes are the words that we put before or sometimes after. Ready? So depending if I want to use the antonym or something like that, I am going to add some affixes. So we're going to check today the different techniques that we have for creating new words, okay?
Okay.
Clear thing. So let's check it out, my friend. So over here, over, come on. We have this part, and I want to ask you some words in Spanish. I would like you to translate it into English if you can. So, Nicolas, how do you say these words in English? Number one, enfermarse. Number two, enojarse. Number three, fastidiarse. Number four, divertirse. And number five, emocionarse. How do you say those five words?
Enfermarse is like get sick.
Muy bien, Nico. Enfermarse, get sick. Mhm. Any other?
Get hungry.
See, very good. Get angry. Okay, very good. Or get upset. Ujú. Fastidiarse.
Mm, I don't know. Bothers. The same with get now. There is some.
Yes.
Is it the
But
same?
the word is get what?
Get bothers.
Could be get bothered, which in this case is como molestarse, but literally would be get annoyed.
Ah, no yet. Okay.
Annoyed, right? Ajá, muy bien, very good. Divertirse,
Get funny.
get fun, get fun. Recuerda que funny es divertido,
Ah,
pero como de gracioso. This one it's get fun, very good. And finally, get excited.
okay.
What is that? Excited.
The same.
Yes.
Get
Excited. ¿Cierto? Muy bien. This the last one, get excited. In this case, you can see that we're talking about reflexive actions, que es como enojarse, o sea, es changing one emotion, one feeling, right? Verbos que en inglés no existen. Por lo tanto, tengo que crearlos, right? En inglés, en español lo que hago es colocarle ese C para decir que es una emoción y el hecho o la acción de transformar esa o ¿cómo se dice? Como de ponerse en ese modo, en ese estado, es una acción en español, pero en inglés no, ¿sí? Entonces lo que hago es create those words, or what I have to do is to create those words, putting together get and one past participle. So we're going to find things like this. Get plus past participle for actions which are reflexive or states. For example, when I talk about the states, get sick, get angry, get sad, get excited, get annoyed, get cranky, get grumpy, all of these are adjectives about feelings.
okay.
Enfermo, enojado, triste, emocionado, fastidiado, malhumorado. Bueno, estos son sinónimos, malhumorado los dos, right? So in that case, I'm talking about states, ¿cierto? Sin feelings, sentimientos. Or when I have an state, yeah, like for example, robado, relajado, arruinado, quemado, contratado, promovido. Tengo el estado, tengo el adjetivo, pero no tengo la acción. So how do you say, for example, me robaron? I got robbed, ¿cierto? Me despidieron. I got fired. I got spoiled. O no sé, the TV got spoiled. El tele se arruinó. Got spoiled. The food got burned. ¿Mm? No sé, I got hired. What is the meaning of got hired?
Contratado.
Contratado already. Eso es acá when we talk about the states, can be also used with to be. O sea, it can be with get, but also it can be changed with be. I was fired or I am fired. I was robbed. I was promoted. I was relaxed. Yeah. And it's fine. It's basically the same. But in this case, when we talk about these adjectives of feelings, it's not the same of saying I am sick. Yes. Like estoy enfermo, ya estás en esa situación, but the action of get sick es justamente el transformarse en ese sentimiento, es decir, enfermarse, ¿cierto? Entonces, si bien son similares, they are not exactly the same. En cambio, aquí sí. No, I am fired or I got fired, it's fine, yes. I am robbed, or I was robbed or I got robbed, and it's good, right? It's for describing then reflexive pronoun or reflexive actions or states. So, ready? Get or sometimes with be. Questions there?
No, teacher, is clear.
Is it okay? Ready? Okay, for example, I would like to know what does get you annoyed? What does get you annoyed, Nico?
What does get you annoyed?
Ujú.
¿Como cuando te enojaste?
Como en qué te molesta, qué te fastidia, right? So, you- ujú.
Um, when the people in the public transportation you don't use headphones to watch videos.
Okay, very good. So, how do you say me fastidio? Y bueno, todo lo demás estuvo súper bien, pero how do you say me fastidio?
Eh, I get annoyed when the people doesn't use headphones.
Perfect. I get annoyed when, y luego todo lo demás. I get annoyed when, ta, ta, ta. That's it, right? O, for example, you said, ¿sabes qué? Estamos viendo una película y dice, profe, me estoy poniendo triste. How do you say, me estoy poniendo triste? Es una acción progresiva. So, how do you say, me estoy entristeciendo, me estoy poniendo triste?
And getting sad.
Very good. Entonces, ese get, pues, of course, va a poder ser conjugado en el tiempo que sea necesario. I am getting sad. Yeah. Oh my God, yesterday I was in a party and I got so excited. Using the past, of course, right? Next week, I have to work a lot, and I know that I will get cranky. By Wednesday, I will be or I will get cranky for sure, right? Entonces, in that case, este get se puede conjugar en cualquier tiempo para poder modificar la acción, ¿cierto? Que sea present continuous, present perfect, present simple, so on, right? In this case, it's basically the same, but normally these ones are going to be mostly used in past for talking about states that are already part of the past.
Mhm.
Sometimes, in some specific cases, I can use them in present continuous or in other tenses, like for example, oh yeah, of course, no, sí, él será contratado. In that case, most commonly would be he will be hired. Yeah. Of course, I can say he will get hired. Yes, será contratado. Yes. O lo contratarán. He will get hired. But normally we use these kinds of expressions usually with be, but it's possible that we can also use them with get. Okay. So, Nico, questions about this too, or are they clear?
No, teacher is very practical. This topic.
Yes.
Very useful.
Yeah, because it's going to be very functional since these are actions that you use all the time. But the most important is to understand that get
Mhm.
in normal day English, get is a very useful tool or it's a very useful verb is it can be combined with almost anything. Okay.
This is very flexible. Which you can change the time, and it's very useful to express. Feel. I think is the most useful.
True. It is true. It is the most useful verb for sure. Bueno, good. So, well, in this case, why is it necessary to form new words sometimes? I already told you because sometimes there is no equivalence on the other language. From expressions that we have in Spanish, we need to find the same expression in English, but there is none. So, we created using techniques as, for example, putting two verbs together or putting get with other thing together. It's one of the most common structures, right? But also we have, remember that we have sorry, compound adjectives, no? And these compound adjectives, they can also be created as a comparative and superlative. For example, if I say that I am, wait, sorry. I am a well-known teacher. What is the meaning of well-known? Do you remember?
Eh, como reconocido
Yes,
o
exactly. So when I say I am a well-known teacher, that's it. But well, which is like similar to good, right? The superlative way, it's best. So when I say, ah, no, yo soy el profesor más reconocido, el más reconocido. So I can change that and say that I am the best known teacher, right? So in that case, these adjectives that are compound, they can also change and they can also be created as comparative and superlative words, okay? Nico, for example, number two, it says, bueno, number one, it says Charlize Theron is the best looking actress I have ever seen. Tienen good looking, obviamente transforman en the best looking actress, right? Number two, my company president is well-dressed executive I have ever worked for. How would you transport or transform that one into a superlative way or superlative sentence?
mm, my company president is best dressed executive I've ever worked for.
Almost. Remember that the superlative always includes they. So you said, my company president is the best dress executive I have ever worked for. Very good. Mhm. Now, what about the opposite? If we say, last year I went to one of badly planned vacations I have ever taken. This case is badly, so it's the opposite
Last year I went on
of the
of the of the worst battle of the worst planet vacation I've ever taken.
marvelous, my friend. Good. Number four, our chief of police, el jefe, our chief of police is little appreciated public servant in our town has ever, or that our town has ever had. So little and appreciated.
Our chief of police is the least appreciate public servant our town has ever had.
Perfect. So is the least appreciated, el menos, no? So the opposite. And the last one, it's Mr. Fredericks is well-loved teacher our class have ever had. So
Sir Frederick is the best loved teacher our class has ever had.
perfect, right? So what are you doing here? Just using this combination of words for creating new concepts. Just that, right? And in that case, even modifying the new concept and put it into a comparative or superlative word. Okay? Easy as that. Very good. Now, the most common way to create new words is going to using affixes, as I said. Depending if the particle is before or after, it's going to be different. The prefixes are the one that we have before the word. Like for example, unacceptable. The un, it makes it opposite because normally it would be acceptable, but to make it the opposite it would be unacceptable. And the suffixes are the ones that go after the word. Remember that we have the root word, which is the base, the raíz, right? And then we can add affixes or prefixes, depending on what I want. Ready? This, for example, in this case, we have the verb accept. Then I want to make it an adjective. I said acceptable. But then I want to make it the opposite adjective, it would be unacceptable. So these affixes and suffixes, these prefixes and suffixes are going to help me to do that, basically to modify one word and change the meaning. They are very easy for Spanish speakers because they come from Latin. So they are very similar to the ones that we use in Spanish, okay? Bueno, the suffixes, not so much, but we are going to find out some. We have the suffix full, which is full of, ready? For example, wonder, maravilla, wonderful, which is full of wonders, no? That's it, yeah, full of. Less is the opposite. It's without. For example, I don't know. Use, useless. It's no use, right? Meant, an action. Yes. For example, when I use a, let's find out which one. So, punishment, right? It's transforming into an action or into a noun. Ness, a state of quality. For example, happy, happiness, right? Resourceful, resourcefulness. So it creates like an adjective into an state or another kind of a concept. Ready? Li, it's manner. You know that everything that may finish in li, it's like mente. So silent, silently, quickly, quickly, sorry, quick, quickly, careful, carefully, careless, carelessly. So it's going to be really common suffix. Shun, action or process, like for example, construct, construction, create, creation, and so on, right? Os, it's like full of, like for example, danger, dangerous, space, spacious, so on. Create a verb, eyes, like priority, prioritize. Ready? So it will be transform those words into a verb. And five, it would be like a creating a verb. Clear, clarify. Yes. So some of them not they don't work always, but some words use these suffixes and they can be created well using these kind of ones, right? In basic terms, it's like nes, er, and shun for creating nouns. Like for example, happy. Pardon, wait. Happy is the adjective, ¿ya? Para volverlo felicidad, it would be happiness, ¿cierto? Un sustantivo. O, for example, drive. Drive es el sustantivo, but in that case, driver, perdón, drive es el verbo, yes, para volverlo sustantivo. Driver, that is the person, right? O, for example, as I say, confuse. Confuse, it's the verb, confundir. Confusion, para volverlo sustantivo, right? On the other hand, we have adjectives. Full, like I said, for example, wonder, wonderful, less, es un adjetivo que, digamos, no se tiene. Entonces, for example, tengo el verbo use para volverlo inútil, useless. Ready? O, for example, marvel, ya lo vimos, wonder, marvel y, perdón, marvelous es acá. Just I confuse it. It's wonderful, es el que va acá, sorry. Yeah, here. Wonder, and wonderful, yeah. And bold, it's like, for example, accept, acceptable, lo vuelve una característica, ¿cierto? It's making acceptable. O, for example, social, sorry, social, sociable, ¿sí? Se transforma en una característica. And for making verbs, I can use eight, eyes or eyes, and five, the ones that we said. For example, creation, create, no? Standard, standardize. It's an action, no? With five, I forgot what I said, clear or clarify. We have others, but in this moment I don't remember. So the idea is that when you see these suffixes, that you analyze, okay, it's talking about an action, no? That is going to help me because in that case, I am going to have the possibility. Sometimes it's confusing. So, but in this case, I can identify what is the correct word. For example, here we have five examples. We have five sentences and one root word, una palabra base o una raíz, ¿cierto? Try to use it or try to complete these five sentences using the root word, yes, and one suffix. Ready?
Mm, the first, she is very careful when she drives.
Muy bien, careful, ¿cierto? Estás volviéndolo el verbo care, que es cuidar, lo vuelves un adjetivo para decir que es cuidadosa. Very good, she's very careful. Number two,
He worked as a teacher in a school.
muy bien. El verbo enseñar lo estás volviendo un sustantivo. Teacher, very good. Number three, Mike.
The room is filled with darkness.
Exactly. Dark es el adjetivo, pero aquí no estoy usando el adjetivo, sino el sustantivo, porque el cuarto está lleno con oscuro, no, con oscuridad. So, muy bien. With darkness. Perfect. Number four.
They need to modernize.
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 Muy bien. Entonces, aquí tengo el adjetivo modern, que es moderno, pero no me sirve el adjetivo, sino la acción. So, muy bien. They need to modernize. Ay, sorry, modernize their system, ¿cierto? Perfect. Y la última, number five.
I always speak honestly. I'm not liar.
Muy bien, good. We are using the adjective honest and we change it into the adverb. ¿Cómo hago las cosas? ¿Cómo hablo? I always speak honestly, right? I'm not a liar. So, fíjate cómo de la palabra base ya
Ujú.
automáticamente sabes cuál es el sufijo que hay que colocar para, digamos que, modificar la palabra de manera correspondiente, ¿cierto? No se sabe uno si, o sea, digamos que uno no sabe, estoy haciendo un adjetivo o un sustantivo, no, sino que ya intuitivamente conoces cuál es el sufijo, o sea, la parte, esa partícula posterior que vas a usar de manera correcta. Muy bien. In the same way, I am going to have, if I have after, of course, I'm going to have also before. And these ones are the ones that are more common because they come from Latin, so it's very common to use them also in Spanish and in other languages, no? So we have, for example, this, that it's the opposite of respect, disrespect, yes? Assemble, disassemble, so on. Do it again, so, like, for example, do, hacer, redo, rehacer, right? Make también, y lo mismo remake is the same, ¿no? So, it's do again. Miss is the opposite. Understanding, un acuerdo. Misunderstand, un desacuerdo, un malentendido, ¿cierto? Treat, tratar. Mistreat, maltratar, right? So, reduce or remove. So, for example, increase, incrementar, decrease, decreases, right? So, very good. Co together, co-living, collaborate, so on, right? In, I'm, o, bueno, in, im, or I'll, it's not, as you said, illogical, immortal, impossible, impunctual, right? All of those, it's like impossible, it's not possible. Impunctual, not punctual. Immortal, not mortal. So on, so on. Illogical, not logical, right? Over, too much, we saw it. Undervalue, it's underwood. So overvalue, it's the opposite. Yeah. Overestimate, over control, overdose, up. And the opposite is on. Yeah. Unnecessary. Yeah. Understandable. Yeah, not understandable, no, but that's the verb. Unnecessary. What was the other one? Unclear. Could be, yes. So it's like the opposite of the root word. And anti is also against. Yes. Antisocial, anti-political, anti-state, so on, so on. That's the same as in Spanish. So these prefixes are easier to understand because, as I said, they come from Latin words or from Latin roots. So they share the meaning with Spanish, okay? Here, I can also modify to say that I have these five examples. So once again, Nico, I'm asking you to complete them, please.
The first one, they are antisocial group. They always go against society.
Mhm. You're an antisocial group. Muy bien, very good. Number two.
Working in the street is not illegal. It is not against the law.
Perfect. It's not illegal. It is not against the law. Aquí es tent, perdón. Tent.
What is the meaning of that?
Tent, como tenderá.
Okay. People with anxiety tend to overthink.
Perfecto. That's great. People with anxiety tend to overthink everything. Good. Number four.
Hmm, Thinks. I don't know. Doing?
In that case, when I say like, algunas cosas que no se pueden rehacer, tienes que afrontar las consecuencias. Pero estamos usando voz pasiva, entonces, some things can be redone as participles, ¿sí o no? Entonces no pueden ser rehechas o repetidas, basically. Okay.
Okay.
And the last one.
I never disrespect the elderly. I was raised as a gentleman.
Muy bien, very good. I never disrespect the elderly. I was raised as a gentle. Ready? Entonces, in this case, estos sufijos y prefijos son muy intuitivos, son muy similares al español y algunos que no son tan similares en español son tan usados que tú ya los entiendes de manera intuitiva sin saber si estás haciendo un sufijo, un adjetivo, un verbo. No, it's just like something kind of automatically. Ready? Entonces, Nico, questions, difficulties, or problems, or everything good?
No, teacher is very clear.
Listo,
Thank you.
my friend. So we're going to go to one activity right here. Please, it's only you, so you can take your time to answer, but log in here with this pin, or better with this QR. ¿Te queda mejor el QR o el pin? Bueno, como quieras. Just log in. Listo, Nico? Ready. So that that figure. Ready. So read carefully the instructions and answer. So number one. Remember that it's not necessary to rush up, so take your time. Choose the correct action to complete the next sentence. Normally, people who become successful are we have four options: anti-workers, woodworkers, hardest workers, most hardworking people. Muy bien,
Ah,
very good. But you get it? No, you didn't answer.
ya, ¿dónde está? No alcancé.
Oh my. Bueno, entonces, in that case, we said, listo. The most successful people are anti-workers, o good workers, sí, pero good workers, pues, no es suficiente. Entonces tengo los más, o sea, los trabajadores más duros, right? So in that case, hardest workers, no, porque tengo people acá, sino most hardworking, o sea, los más trabajadores, o las personas más trabajadoras, hardworking, un adjetivo compuesto para decir alguien muy trabajador, ¿sí? Entonces, si yo traduzco trabajador, pues me aparece worker, pero el adjetivo de alguien que trabaja mucho es hardworking, y también traduce trabajador, right?
Okay.
¿Listo? Ready? Next. Bueno, choose the correct option to complete the next sentence. When I think I will, I immediately I immediately tell my mom. It's not check tell, but I immediately tell my mom. Muy bien, very good. So the action of enfermarse, ¿sí? Sick es no. Feel sick, not really. Feel sick está correcto, pero no es cuando me siento enfermo, sino cuando me enfermo, ¿cierto? La acción de enfermarse. Muy bien, so get sick. And that's it, very good. Sick solito, pues es solo el adjetivo, no more, that's it. Listo, Nico. Good. Number three. I really get cranky when I need to a task over again. 5 seconds.
I don't know.
Really? Yes, muy bien, very good. ¿Por qué? Porque it's over again. So again, remember that it's the prefix re, it's again. So I really get cranky. What is the meaning of get cranky? ¿Qué dijimos que era cranky?
Como que me enoja, como me pasa, algo así como me molesta.
Yeah, like me pone. de mal humor, ¿no? Como malhumorado, ¿yes? Como gruñón. Entonces, muy bien. I really get cranky when I need to redo. ¿Ok? Hacer de nuevo. Makeful, not exist. Dismake, tampoco existe. Y doer, no, that's it. So, redo, that's the one, right? You must have some for your dreams to come true. You must have some determination, determine, determinate. Muy bien. Of course, ya uno automáticamente, intuitivamente sabe que ahí debe ir el sustantivo, el concepto, ¿cierto? Entonces debes tener determinación, no determinado ni determinar, sino determinación. Good. That's it. In a relationship, it's essential to what you really want. Oh my God. En ese caso, Nico, specific es el adjetivo, ¿sí? Pero aquí necesito es el verbo. Recuerda que mira que está después del to. Recuerda que después de to casi siempre lleva un verbo en
Ah,
infinitivo.
ok.
¿Right?
Sí.
El verbo es specify. Good. Listo. 6 out of 8. People who get caught cheating in exam will be get caught cheating. It's like they will discover cheating. Cheating is like haciendo trampa. So people who get caught cheating in the exam will be disqualified. Muy bien. Overqualified existe, pero es sobrecalificado. So, of course not. Dequalified, no. The prefix is disqualified. And requalified también existe, pero es para una reclasificación, which is not the case, right? So, disqualified. And the last one, my friend. No, mentira. 7 of 8. 7 out of 8. Sedentarism is really for our body. Sedentarism is really for our body. Harm, la raíz harm es daño.
Ah, sí.
Oh my God. Entonces,
Ah,
sedentarism is
remember
daño.
the no harm.
Harm. Entonces, harm es daño. Harmment no existe. Harmless es inofensivo, o sea, que no tiene daño.
Ah,
Pero
ok.
es al contrario, el sedentarismo es dañino, que tiene mucho daño, ¿cierto? Entonces, harmful.
Como doloroso.
Exactly.
Ok.
Listo. Ahora sí, last one. People can without a valid reason. For seconds. Oh my God.
Ah,
Entonces, cuando uso get o be y un adjetivo, ese adjetivo va a ir en past participle. ¿Yes? Entonces, get fired o get hired. El que se combina o el que se conjuga es el verbo. Llámese be o get, pero es el verbo el que se conjuga. Pero el adjetivo siempre va a ser en past participle. Ready? Por ejemplo, get spoiled, past participle. Get hired, past participle. Get fired, past participle. ¿Ok?
ok, teacher.
Listo, Nico. Good. Bueno, that was the thing. So in that case, you got like, well, nobody, of course, but okay, muy bien. Very good. So, no. Listo, my friend. So, questions, Nico, about the word formation, difficulties, problems?
No, teacher, it's clear topic.
Yes.
Very useful.
Okay, very good. Yes, the idea is that you can, pues, in general terms, learn and, yeah, detect, identify the word that you require in every single space. And if you don't find one word, you can find always one way to paraphrase the sentence using the opposite. For example, you don't remember hacer de nuevo or rehacer. Bueno, you can find other way to do it using the suffixes or using compound words. So the idea is to expand the vocabulary so much that if you don't find one way to express something, you can find another way that you can do it but with different vocabulary. But for that reason, you need to create words easily or intuitively. That is what you're doing. Ready? So far, you're doing it great. So congratulations on that, Nico. Okay?
Yeah, teacher, thank you very
Bueno, my
much.
friend, no, thanks to you. Nico, thank you for being here. See you the next week. The next week we have our last class. We are going to have 3 weeks more. See, 3 weeks more until November the 24th. You have time to complete the activities. And later you will have the possibility to present the exam, but that is a later exam. So the next class we have the last week, and after that you are going to have time to complete all the activities, all the checkpoint, the final checkpoint, all of that. Okay, Nico?
Okay, teacher.
My friend, thank you for being here. See you the next week on Thursday, I think so. But well, tomorrow in the morning you will be able to program the class of the next week, the week number 8, and it's just one class. So see you there. Okay?
Okay, right. Thank you, teacher.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, teacher. Thank you.
Thank you.